Welcome back once again everyone, I'm Plays Games, this is EVE Online, and today we are continuing with our Career Agent Advanced Tutorials. In the last couple of episodes we ran the Career Enforcer Agent, and today I think we're going to take a bit of a break from blowing stuff up, and we're going to concentrate on building things instead. So that means we're going to be doing the Industrialist Producer Agent. Let's double click on Agent and see what he has for us. Okay, apparently they want us to go and mine some Veldspar, which is an ore. That's easy enough to do. As soon as we accept a mission, we're going to be granted a Tech 1 mining laser, which is nice, and we're getting paid a decent amount of cash for doing it, so I'll say yes please. Okay, we're going to have to change the fit on our combat ship. As it says, we have to unfit some modules to make a room for our mining laser. Click and drag it into place. Zoop, there it goes. And I think we should probably just add on 2 weapons just in case something appears. And I think we have enough CPU spare to put on our mining laser upgrade. Yes we do. Jolly good. Excellent. Right, let's undock and do this mission. We shouldn't need to have anything on and running. I don't think we're going to be surprised by pirates, but you never know. You can get Veldspar from regular asteroid belts or just buying it from the market, but since you are given a specific mission area to come to, this is where we have to mine it, otherwise the agent won't recognise that you've done it. Okay, so now we have to find some Veldspar, and as we know that's an ore, and we can find ores in this highlighted mining tab of the overview. Here is the one and only Veldspar ore here. I am going to get rid of these targeting lines. It's not too bad when you only have one thing targeted, but when you have multiple things targeted, it becomes a bit of a mess. To do that, you go to the top right of your overview, you click on this options icon, and you open the overview settings, come along to the miscellaneous tab and uncheck show targeting crosshair. And away they go. Right, we're going to have to get closer to this thing. We're being told to orbit it for some weird reason. They are obsessed with making new players orbit things, and you just really don't have to. Mining lasers don't have an optimal range, they just have a range. So as long as it's within 10 kilometers, it'll work perfectly fine. Just open our cargo, watch the ore come in. This mining laser has a 60-second cycle time, so every 60 seconds we will get 48 cubic meters of ore deposited automatically in our ship's cargo bay. And we just hang out here until we get 1000 Veldspar. Now, Veldspar only takes up 0.1 cubic meters per unit. So if we're going to get 48 cubic meters every 60 seconds, it's going to be quite a few units. Like, what, 480 I think? If I can do math in my head. We'll soon see, we're about to finish the first mining cycle. 482 to be precise. Nice. Then that is almost half filled our cargo. If we disable compact mode, we'll be able to actually get the readout. We should have enough cargo space to get all 1000 units that the agent requires in here. Usually mining agents demand that you completely mine out the rock which is within the mission area until the rock despawns. I don't think that is the case here. Yeah, this is mining, this is basic resource gathering. You just sit here and you do nothing and you wait. It is not the most exciting of gameplay, but then you don't really want mining to be exciting. If resource gathering is exciting, that usually means you're under attack, and that's a bad thing. There's another 482. Now if you stop your mining laser midway through a cycle, you will get a portion of your yield, so I think we can just stop it now and that will give us the 36 we need to get us up to 1000. Yes it did, 1070. So now we can just dock, and our cargo is indeed completely full. So we actually could have stopped that a little bit earlier. And away we go. Mission 1 complete. This agent will take us through the process of changing this from ore via the industry tab into reprocessed titanium, and then using that titanium to build things. And we'll just click and drag this into the item hanger. Here it is, and double click to the agent. We have 1000 Velspar for you, and there we are. Happy days. So he's taken the 1000, we've been left with the 70 that's left over. What does he want for us to do now? Okay, first we're going to need at least 100 units of Velspar, and then we can reprocess it. So what they want us to find is 100 units of titanium. Okay, and the reward is a venture, and a venture is a specialised mining frigate, so that's going to come in very handy. Well, it could have come in handy a while ago. Now it really wants us to go and get at least 100 Velspar. We could get titanium, as we know, from melting down metal scraps. But I think it really wants to take us through the process of refining raw ores. So we'll open agency, we'll go to resource harvesting, and then ore anomalies. Now luckily, because this is a starter system, there will always be some of these asteroid belt remnants here, and they constantly respawn, and they have very small amounts of Velspar, specifically so new players can do this mission. And what is it asking us to do? And it wants us to filter it for high security space. Okay, that's fine. These are the only ore anomalies that spawn anywhere in high security space. As we see, this is nothing but Velspar. Here's some here. Yes, I know where it is. We're only going to need 100, so we'll just get a little bit. These concentrated and dense Velspars are slightly different. Let's just get some dense Velspar. Normal Velspar, if we show info on this item and click the industry tab, it shows us that when we refine it, we will get 400 units of titanium per 100 units of Velspar. But if we do the same on dense Velspar, it goes up to 440. Because as it says in the description, dense Velspar increases the yield by 10%. Concentrated will have 5% more, so this will give us 420. So we're just going to mine the dense Velspar until it's gone, or until we're full. And then we'll go back to the agent. And then we'll be guided through the process of refining ores. It seems to really be demanding that we only get Velspar, so maybe they've coded it so it doesn't actually like you getting the good stuff. So once the good stuff's come in, which it has now, whoops, no, not that. Okay, we'll just fill up on regular Velspar, otherwise we might break the tutorial. So these ore anomalies only ever spawn in high security space in these rookie systems, and they will only ever contain Velspar. If we have a look back in the agency and filter them for low-sec, see they have unknown ore anomalies. These will have other ores that are not Velspar, like really high grade stuff, but they only ever spawn in low-sec and null-sec. In high-sec, as we see, all of these are unknown, but they will be all of these, apart from that one. That might be something new. Very recently, we were given more ore anomalies in high-sec. All these ones in 1.0 you see will be these Velspar ones. The ones in 0.5 will be much higher grade or brand new ores brought to the game. We were not interested in that, and we just had the full cargo warning, so we're full. So we can go back to the agent now. Agent missions, home base, dock. 2 missions, and we've mined some Velspar on both of them. Wow. Exciting times. Okay, now we're being told how to reprocess. You don't have to open the reprocessing plant. You can just right click your ore and select reprocess, and this opens the reprocessing plant itself. So 613, and you mouse over, it tells you our base yield, 50%, and that is the equipment that this station has. And the green numbers are bonuses we get from our skills or any implants we have. So we have no bonuses because everything's just on multiply it by 1. So our net yield is 1200 titanium because we have 613 units. So that's 6 times 100. So we will get 6 lots of this, which would be 2400 multiplied by our 50% base yield. So that cuts it in half. So our output will be 1200 titanium, and we are going to pay 156 ISK to the station owner for using their facility. As we see, 156.35 ISK. Click reprocess. Ore goes away. We're left with 13 here. Scroll down here. We have 1200 titanium down here. Now we can speak to the agent and hand in the mission. Easy. Next mission, please. Okay, now they are going to give us a blueprint, and they want us to build a civilian afterburner. And we're being granted the blueprint when we accept the mission, so we shall accept the mission and close. There are lots of ways to open the industry window. You can click here in the station services, you can come up here, click the main menu of the Neocom and go to industry and open industry, or you can just right click the blueprint and select use blueprint. But to keep the tutorial happy, we're going to do what it wants and click this. And to install the blueprint, you can either click and drag it into the middle here, or you can select it from the blueprints tab. Change your filters, owned by me, in the current station, in the item hanger, tell it where to look, here it is, left click to select it, and this automatically populates it here. Now the game just wants you to click start and not actually think about what any of this is doing. But I'm going to take you through it because it is important. When we right click and show info on a blueprint, you have usually all these different options of jobs which can be done on it. We are interested in manufacturing, so we've selected that. We see that the time per run is 4 minutes and 54 seconds. The outcome will be 1 unit of 1 meganewton civilian afterburner. The required skills we need are industry level 1. White square tells us that we already have it trained. And the input materials we need are 64 titanium. That's all we need to build it. So when we put this in the industry item, we also see these, which are the material and time efficiency of the blueprint. Now usually when you buy a blueprint, these start at 0 and 0, and then you can research your blueprints to make them better. What this means is that this blueprint requires 5% less materials, and it is built 2% faster than normal. This particular blueprint is a blueprint copy. Copies have a certain number of runs. If we mouse over it, as we see, this one says 1 run remaining, and it also says it here in the industry window just above the blueprint. When we have done all the runs on this blueprint will despawn and we'll have to go and get another one. So it's going to cost us 15 ISK. When we mouse over, it gives you the breakdown of what that is. The system cost index. If we have a look at the facilities tab, it is this red line under this manufacturing thing here. And what this means is the system cost index is the total number of jobs which are being done in the system. The more jobs that are being run, the more expensive it is for everyone. This is to encourage you to spread out your manufacturing process, but it's only 15 ISK, so we're just going to click start. So yes, this is going to take 4 minutes and 35 seconds. And this clock will keep running down in the same way that your skills do, even if you log out, so you can make lots of long-term industry jobs, and industry will run when you're asleep. It's a good way of making passive income. And we'll just claim this. And Aura is telling us to find something else to do while we're waiting. Whilst we're waiting for that to get done, let's investigate our new ship. But first of all, let's open the fitting window and click this, or click and drag it off the ship to unfit the mining laser. And we'll put our 75mm Gatling railgun back on. This is, after all, our combat ship. We'll just drag some ammunition into it, take the mining laser upgrade off it. So as we know, you can right click a ship to assemble it, and then we'll click and drag it into the middle. And this is the Venture. This is what the guy in the new player experience said we could save up our money and buy one, but surprise, we get given 2 of them by the Industrial Career Agents, and this is the first of our free ships. It has 3 high power slots, but it only has 2 spots for turrets, so it can only fit 2 mining lasers. We have a mining laser 1, and we have a civilian miner 1. So that's nice. And we also have a mining laser upgrade, which will go on its one and only low slot. We have 3 medium power slots, so I think we'll put our little civilian afterburner there, just to move us around a bit faster. And maybe a small shield booster 1, just in case we come under attack. That'll fix the shields. So I think that is this ship fitted out as well as it can be, for us at least, at the moment. And our job is ready. So when the job is ready, we can click on the job and click this deliver button here, or the deliver button here, or this deliver selected job button here, or deliver all your jobs. Lots of options to deliver your job. We can now close the industry window, scroll down. Here is our newly created 1 meganewton civilian afterburner. We'll talk to the agent and complete the mission. Didn't even have to undock for that mission. Lovely. Okay, now we're being asked to investigate an area, and we're being sent to mine in an area infested with rogue drones. And they want us to go out there and destroy the rogue drones and mine the Veldspar for your agent. That is a little bit annoying. That means we're probably going to have to fit a gun on this ship. And we're being given another mining laser upgrade 1. And collateral. This is something we haven't bumped into yet. It doesn't really exist with agents, but it does with player-to-player contracts. This is a down payment you make, and it is returned to you when you complete the contract or the mission. So we'll accept this. So we are going to have to fit a weapon here. So we're going to take off our civilian miner because it's worse than our Tech 1. And you know what? Oh, it wants us to fit the civilian Gatling railgun. Oh, we'll just fit that. We could, of course, have fitted our better 75mm compressed coil gun 1, but that might have broken the tutorial. EVE Online tutorials are notorious for breaking if you do anything which is even slightly unexpected, like fitting a better weapon. It freaks out, it doesn't know what to do. Now, if we open this cargo hold, okay, this ship is specialised for mining, but it only has a 50 cubic metre cargo hold, and that's much lower than our Merlins, so why is this a specialised miner? Because it has a special mining hold, which holds 5,000 cubic metres, which is huge. But of course, it only holds ore in this particular hold. Okay, this is the bad guys, so let's target them and destroy them with our little pop gun. Not quite within range, we'll just approach it and afterburn towards it. That's one. And that should be the second one. I don't want Rex on this overview. I'd rather not have Rex cluttering up the general overview, so we'll right click and remove Rec from overview. Mining overview. There we are, there's a Veldspar. Looks like we're close enough to it already. Yep. As you'll notice, this is not getting 48 cubic metres per 60 seconds. This is getting 101. Why is that? That is because of the specialization on this ship. If we right click the ship and select show info and then click the traits tab, here we see all the traits that this ship gets. So per level of the mining frigate skill, we get 5% bonus to our mining yield, which is how much this pulls in per cycle. And the roll bonus is a bonus which always applies to the ship in full every time you're inside it. So it gets a 100% bonus to mining yield. So 48 times 2 is 96, plus an extra 5% brings it up to 101, which is fantastic. That's why this thing is a specialised miner. And considering most of the time it will have 2 mining lasers, this thing will be bringing in 200 cubic meters every 60 seconds, which is pretty damn good, even for a brand new player. How much titanium, how much Velspar will we need to get 7,000 titanium? Well, we know we only get 200 titanium per 100 units of Velspar, so we're going to need double the amount of titanium, which is 1,400. There is an in-game calculator. If you go to the Neocom menu, scroll down to Utilities, open the calculator. So we need 7,000 titanium. Divide that by 200, because that's how much we get. So we would need 35 lots of 100 Velspar, so we'll multiply that by 100. So we're going to need 3,500 Velspar, and we already have 2,028, so this ain't going to take too long. I think that's probably enough cycle. Oh, not quite. Dang it. Closed it off a couple of seconds too late. That's what I get for being smart. There we go, that's enough. Let's go back to the station. Select it in the General tab and dock. That did not take long at all. And apparently we've earned something in the air career. We've killed 75 enemies with a frigate, and apparently that's enough to give us a bundle of something. Cool.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
You get absolutely thrown with gifts at the start of the game. Free ships, free money, free everything, so we'll just get the Velspar over here. We'll redeem all of our stuff. And open the reprocessing plant, because it wants us to reprocess some Velspar, so we'll just right click and reprocess that. 7,200, perfect. Talk to the agent, complete the mission. Done. Right, what's next? Transport these goods, 40 cubic meters, from this station to this station 8 jumps away. That's quite a distance. But we'll do it anyway. And I'm just going to go in my little Ibis, because why not? Do remember to pick up the crates and put them in your ship cargo. Do not forget to do that. This is going to be just a big montage of jumping. This is what industry is all about. Being boring when you're mining, not even undocking when you're building things, and being boring just moving stuff around from place to place.
Drive active.
Okay, after quite some time and some thankfully very boring journeying, again, you don't want excitement when you're just moving stuff around. We've arrived at the mission destination. And I do believe we've been rewarded with something. Yes, because we completed producer mission 4. I do believe there is something in the explorer thing for us. Navigation. Yeah, make 25 Stargate jumps. We're 15 already, and we'll get some more payment for doing that. Okay, now we just start conversation with the agent, complete the mission. And now we're going to request the next one, and we can't accept it until we're back in that agent's station. How do we get back here? Well, because we have an offered mission, he appears here on agents of interest, so we can right click and set destination. And we're going to have to go all the way back home, so I shall see you in 8 jumps time. Okay, another nice and boring 8 jumps made. We're back home in the home system, on our way to dock at the station. Okay, and the mission we've been offered is acquire 20 units of Cat Booster 25, and we're being given another blueprint. If you right click and show info on it, this time it needs more than just Tritanium, it needs Pyrite and Mexilon. Where can we find these? Well, if we click show info on Pyrite and click on description, this may be obtained reprocessing the following ores and their variations, so scordite and pyroxeres in high sex, so we'll have to find some of these. If we go back and then click on Mexilon, we will also need pyroxeres or plagioclase, so if we can find some pyroxeres, that would be absolutely perfect. Or of course we can just buy the materials we need, or there's something else we can do. We could melt down some of the loot we have and see what kind of minerals that gives us. So if we select all this ammo by selecting one, holding shift and dragging down, we can then reprocess this. What will that give us? Now it's giving us some pyrite. It's not actually giving us any mexilon. It should do, but because our yield is so poor, see, we would get 1 from the lead charge S, 1 from the thorium and 1 from uranium, but 50% of 1 is 0, so we're getting 3 times a half, and you can't have a half of a mineral, so we're not actually going to get any mexilon from that, but we'll reprocess it anyway just to get rid of it. So we have the pyrite, we have enough mexilon. Let's actually right click and use the blueprint. So the agent wants 20 units, and each run of this will produce 10. So if we do 2 runs, it will take 4 minutes 42 seconds. It will take 9 minutes 24 seconds, and we'll need this much stuff. So we still need to find 25 mexilon from somewhere. What do we have that we can melt down into mexilon? How about this? Can that be reprocessed into mexilon? Yes, it can. 21. Are we going to use it? Probably not. Are we going to use this? Probably not. Okay, well, we'll reprocess that. And yeah, we do have these remote things. So we'll select them both, reprocess those, and away they go. And now everything is nice and blue because we have enough of the correct items in our item hanger to start the job. So let's start the job. Now it's going to take 9 minutes. I don't want to wait 9 minutes, so to complete the mission, I'm going to right click the output, select View Market Details. This is the market screen. This is where you can buy and sell some stuff. And what we would like to do is to find some Cat Booster 25 for sale in this station. Obviously, the price is going to be more because people know that people may want to bypass this mission by just buying the items and handing them into the agent. That's why the price is at 800. So we'll scroll down, we'll right click this, select buy this. We want to buy 20 of them. It's only going to cost us 16,000, so I don't care. Yeah, I know it's above. This warning's pretty cool. It tells us it's way above the regional average, but we're okay with that. We know we're being scalped, and you know what? We are absolutely fine with that. So I'm just going to start conversation with the agent and complete the mission because we do actually have the things we need. You don't have to build them. You can just buy them and hand them in. Right, and next mission. And what does he want us to do? He wants us to pick up 20 times Cat Booster 25 and take them from this station to this station, which is only 1 jump over. We're being given a damage control, which is a defense module that goes in a low power slot, and some money as well. And then luckily the agent gave us the Cat Booster 25 that we need. So let's just undock. This will not take long.
Active.
Oh, there are some wrecks out here. This is PvP, which shouldn't really be happening in rookie systems unless people are killing their own ships in order to get air rewards. As we know, there is a PvP one, the Soldier of Fortune. You get one for blowing up ships and having your own ship destroyed. And apparently we've got something else to claim, so we'll take that. Thank you, I guess. Okay, we have the stuff. Let's right click our agent, set destination back to them, and double click. Start conversation, hand in the mission. Right, let's go back and get the next mission. Okay, we've made it back safe and sound to the agent, so let's double click them and get the next mission. Okay, as he says, don't bother buying this from the market. It needs to be manufactured by you. Well, you can't buy this thing on the market. He wants us to build one civilian Caldari shuttle, and it's 500 cubic meters flat packed. So we're going to have to build it here, so we don't have to move it. So we'll just accept this. Let's right click the blueprint, select use blueprint, left click to select manufacturing. We don't quite have enough titanium, but we can fix that. As we know, metal scraps transform into a lot of it. How much do we need? We have 1643, we need 2600, so we need another 1000. I'm not sure we need to reprocess all this, because that's 6000. So what we can do, we can split the stack by holding shift and dragging the stack. We want about a quarter of this, so say 6 of them. Then we can reprocess 6, and hopefully that will give us the 1000 we need. Yeah, that'll do. Nice. Very nice. That's going to take 4 minutes 42 seconds. It would do, but we don't have enough skills to run 2 jobs concurrently, so we're going to have to wait for the Cap Booster 25 to finish, and then we can build the shuttle. Yeah, more money to redeem, apparently. That's fine. And we have more air stuff to redeem, so we'll do that. That's going to give us more money to redeem, so yes, we'll have that. Thank you very much. Okay, our Cap Boosters are ready to be delivered. That means we can now install the shuttle blueprint. Jolly good, off it goes. So, I'll meet you in 4 minutes and 24 seconds. Okay, some time has passed. Our job is just finished being built, so we'll deliver it now. Here is the ship in question here, so we can right click and close the industry panel, speak to the agent, complete the mission and get our money. What does he have for us next on mission 9 out of 10? Okay, we need to take a mining laser and a gun and pretend to be a miner and mine until something shows up, kill it, and then loot this production assistant from their wreck. That seems easy enough. Bit of a waste of our time, but you know, that's how it goes. Let's just check what we have here. Let's take off the civilian Gatling. It wants us to put it back on. That's fine. So back in the mining ship and away we go. Let's go to the mission location. And what do we have in the mining tab? Kernite. This is a fairly rare ore. It does not usually spawn in high security space. It used to many years ago. And then it was all taken away and indeed changed. Because developers thought that it would be good fun to put isogen and another mineral called noxium in only low security space where there are no police to save you if you get attacked. It's just so people couldn't mine everything in one place. They had to actually spread out and get things from different places. It's fine, but this is a good place to find lots of kernite. I believe in total there's about 6,000 or 7,000 units of kernite here, which is quite a lot. Because if we look at the attributes tab, each single unit of kernite is 1.2 cubic meters. If you remember, Veldspar is 0.1 each, and this is 1.2 each. Which is why we got 84 Kernite and not like a 1,000 or so, which we would have got from Veldspar. Each and every ore is a different size per unit. It is very good to remember that you are mining in terms of volume and not in units. So 101 cubic meters of Kernite is only 84 units of Kernite. We could stay here and mine all this Kernite, but that will take quite some time and I don't want to. You can, because it's worth a fair amount if you have a look in the market. It's being bought for 806 ISK per unit, which ain't bad. I mean, people in this system are trying to get it on the cheap because they know that you can mine it here. But if you can move it 4 jumps away to this station, which you may need a fairly large ship to do, you can get 806 ISK per unit, which is quite nice. Ah, here's our bad guy we need to kill. Nice of him to show up. So we'll just fire our civilian Gatling railgun. Wait for him to die. And there he goes, he's dead. I believe this cargo container will contain the production assistant we need. As I said, some missions teleport things directly into your cargo, and some spawn them in the cargo container. I don't know the rationale behind which ones do and which ones don't. Here he is, so we'll just loot him. And then we'll approach this wreck and loot whatever is inside that. Some more ammo, we'll take that. And apparently we can go and hand this mission in now, which I probably will do. I believe there is an air capture their program thing for mining Kernite. Resource harvesting. Yes, mine 4,000 units of Kernite. And the price for that is actually quite good. Oh, that's annoying. I might actually stay here and mine this Kernite then. Just 4,000 of it. Because this medium shield extender increases your shield hit points by 800. But of course, as I said previously, it will not change the recharge time of the shield. So the shield will go up from 270 to 1070. So 1070 shields going from 0 to 1070 over 531 seconds will be a lot more than 1 hit point a second. But you know what, it's going to take too long. I'm out of here. Let's go. If this was a character I cared about, I probably would spend the time in that mission site and grab all that delicious Kernite. For now, we're not. We're going to be happy with the 361 we mined, and we're going to move on with our lives. Just get the Kernite out and everything else. Speak to the agent, complete the mission. Right, what does he want us to do for mission 10 out of 10? Okay, he wants us to build a fully fledged frigate. And we're being given a blueprint with 5 runs on it, so we could build 5 of these ships, and we need all kinds of stuff, including isogen, which we could get by melting down our Kernite, but I think we have some isogen already. Nowhere near enough. I mean, we need 357 to build 1 ship, and like thousands of Exelon as well. So you know what? I am just going to buy a Bantam and hand it into the agent because time is present. We know how to use blueprints now. We've done it a few times. So let's right click this, view market details. We want a Bantam sold in this station. Hopefully it's not for millions. No, it's only 327,000. So right click, buy this. We need 1. It's going to cost us 327,000, but we have over 7 million in wallet. Because the game just throws money at new players for fun and giggles. And I believe that's actually done us something. Yeah, we spent 50,000 on the market, so we got some money for it by doing that. You go, if we expand the window, it actually pops out. And we spent 250,000 on the market, so we got 20 career points and some money for spending some money. Amazing. Right, let's accept this and complete the mission, and we will be given a Badger, which is a hauling ship. And that's the end of the industrial career. Cool. Let's have a look at this Badger. You can double click ships to assemble and then activate them. This is what a Badger looks like. Not very sleek, as you can imagine. This is a hauling ship after all. So it has lots of medium power slots, basically for making your shields a lot harder so you can survive being shot, because people love shooting at transport ships because they're usually stuffed full of goodies. We have lots of low slots, which can be for things like damage control, which boosts all your resistances. You see, it boosts your hull and your armor and your shield by a smaller amount. But that's good for getting your defense up, your effective hit points. Ideally, that'll be something around 15,000, 20,000, a bare minimum, to survive one single player pirate who might want to crack you open and see what you have inside. And the traits of the Badger are it gets more cargo capacity and inertia modifier, which makes it turn faster so it can get into warp faster. But this thing holds 4,000 regular cargo, so that can pack up pretty much everything we have here. And maybe a couple of repackaged ships as well. So that is the end of the industry career. Blueprints are very simple things. They really are. Once you get used to using the interface, it's very simple. You stick the blueprint in the middle, you gather the things here, you click start, you wait for the job to get done, and then that's it. I mean, this takes 1 hour, 34 minutes and 5 seconds per ship. That's why I was not going to wait around. But you are going to have to wait around for the next episode, because that's the end of this one. I think in the next episode, we'll do something different, and we'll do the Explorer career. Exploration is pretty difficult to get your head around, but at least the Career Agent is only 5 missions and not 10. So I hope to see you again for that, and I hope you look after yourself until then. I will talk to you again very soon.